So I'm here today at Coogee. This is my little activist movement, Frack Me, #FrackMe. And this is basically just to popularise the movement, to make it sort of interesting and fun, and basically not to make people think that all protesters are feral, but they're all normal people who are against environmental destruction. I'm an environmental scientist / high school teacher. I'm not usually an activist, but lately I've been getting upset with some things I've been hearing in the news, on the media, on Facebook, about coal seam gas.
We're protesting against the coal seam gas industry. It's a new form of fossil fuel extraction. So it's an industry that's taken off with terrible consequences. It inherently contaminates things. So they'll drill down. It reaches deposits which are much deeper than they can actually dig out. So they're not open-cut coal mines, and at a glance it might look like it's a good thing because you don't have to have an open cut. You just drill down into the ground, and they drill down up to a kilometre or more below the surface. And then they pump chemicals down in it to fracture the coal seam, which then allows the gas to come to the surface, or oil. And one thing which is really disturbing is the chemicals they put into the ground in the solution that they're pumping down is proprietary limited, and this is common across all borders, which means they don't have to disclose what is in the solution. The ones that we do know that are in there are terrible. They're carcinogens, and I forget the exact name of the chemicals. But it then comes back to the surface, and it's in the groundwater, which is used to irrigate our farmland and things, so it finds its way eventually into the food chain.
Despite the huge gathering, about 90% of people are behind this movement, yet the New South Wales government continues to approve licences for the extraction of this gas on farmland.
They'll tell you that no, it doesn't pollute the groundwater, and there's not a single case in history of this happening, which is an outright lie because they've got about 1 million disclosure agreements signed.
I'm seeing my friends getting sick from it. I'm seeing habitat destruction. I'm seeing societies falling apart.
If somebody does manage to beat them in court and prove negligence or wrongdoings, they put an unrefusable offer in front of them, give them millions of dollars and sign disclosure agreements and gag orders, and effectively buy the evidence of any negative effects. But if you look, everywhere it's happened, it's been a disaster.
Invading Australia, you could say. It's already been to America, and it's been here in Queensland.
It's a short-lived industry. It's easy to believe their spin that it's touted as the step towards renewables, because they say it's less carbon intensive than traditional coal mines, which it isn't. If you look at all the reports, independent reports put leakage rates up to 12 or more %, and having a leakage rate of a couple of % means it's much more carbon intensive than coal anyway, because methane is very potent, and that's what's coming out of the ground. So it's worse carbon-wise, but the most disturbing thing is that you can't remediate the toxification of the groundwater and the surface, where there's a lot of deposits of carcinogens. Hundreds of carcinogens are actually used in the chemicals they pump into the ground. So that in itself is disturbing. There's no way you can remediate that, and it's going to be a legacy of that continues forever.
So basically I have some petitions against coal seam gas mining, and this will provide a national ban on it, so there will be no coal seam gas in Australia if the people stand up for themselves. So basically today I'm trying to persuade people to make a stand. It's hard and it's daunting, but I do encourage everyone to, if you have an idea, just please do it, because the worst thing you can do today is be silent, because if things go ahead that you don't like about it and you haven't said anything, then you can't blame anyone else except yourself. So good luck, and I hope we have a sustainable future. I hope we share a sustainable future together.